No matter what happened, I would never be the same after this. The shift from child to caregiver, from daughter to decision-maker, had begun. But none of that mattered as I stood there watching the fragile person who had been my father, who had once been the strongest force in my life, lying helpless before me. The sterile smell of antiseptic filled the air as I entered the hospital. The sound of my footsteps echoed unnervingly against the tile floors. The waiting room stretched before me, an endless sea of soft, muted colors and uncomfortable plastic chairs. It looked like every other hospital waiting room, but to me, in that moment, it felt like a labyrinth, one that held answers I was too terrified to hear. I looked around, but the faces in the room blurred. Every person seemed to be in their own private world of anxiety, fear, and waiting, their lives paused in the same way mine had been. The fluorescent lights overhead hummed softly, their artificial brightness casting an eerie glow over everything. There was no warmth in the room, just coldness that seeped into my skin, making the whole space feel more alien with each passing second. I found an empty chair in the far corner, far away from the others. I didn't want to engage with anyone, didn't want to hear their stories, didn't want to be reminded that everyone here had their own crisis. Everyone here was hurting, just like me. But that's what hospitals do, they draw you into their rhythm, make you feel the weight of human suffering in a way that's impossible to ignore. I sat down, but I couldn't keep still. My hands shook as I clutched my purse, and my thoughts spiraled. What were the doctors doing to my father? Was he fighting? Was he scared? I thought of the last time I had seen him, strong, confident, cracking jokes as he helped me with my car's engine. I couldn't reconcile that image with the image of him lying helpless in a hospital bed. My mind raced through every worst-case scenario, each one worse than the last. Minutes stretched into hours. I couldn't tell time anymore. The clock on the wall seemed to mock me, its second hand ticking relentlessly, dragging the moment on, as though time itself was in no hurry to give me answers. I felt like I was living in a movie, one where the protagonist has no idea what happens next, no control over the unfolding plot. My mind kept returning to my father. I could see his face so clearly, the way his brow furrowed when he was deep in thought, the smile that could light up a room. I imagined him in his hospital bed, unable to speak, unable to even lift a finger. It was as if the man I had known had been swallowed by the bed, by the machines keeping him alive, by the cruel reality that health could slip away in an instant.